Right, welcome ladies and gents. Let's talk Monarch episode 4, I think. Few things to go over. I'll talk, kind of spoilers with this review, but I want to address the fact that they changed the date of release and just how bad and damaging that actually can be for a show. I mean, this was coming out every single Wednesday. They've done pretty well on that. Obviously they released 2 on a Wednesday, then they released the next one on a Wednesday. Then episode 4 comes around. Nah, mate, not on a Wednesday. People, they like regularity. I like regularity. I look forward to it. I was really bummed out by them changing the release day. Don't know why they did it. Strange. It looks like now they've done exactly the same thing for next week as well. So it's looking like the 8th of December. So that's next Friday, isn't it? Don't really understand why they've done it. I am very disappointed and confused. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I think it's important to address because there'll be other people like me that would be disappointed by that. And some people, not a lot, but some people do go, cool, I'm done. Genuinely. Some people just go, no, I'm done because I want regularity. I want to know when it's on. I want to watch it. So, anyway, just thought I'd cover that. Few things to get out of the way. Enjoyed the monster action. Was quite limited. Was a bit more of an exploratory episode based around Kentaro and May's relationship. And that was really boring. They wasted a lot of time on that. A significant portion of the episode was just wasted on that. Now, I don't have a massive issue overall with the backstories. I've enjoyed the to and fro, because it's added more gravity to them hunting down their father, right? And I've enjoyed that. I think that's been good. That's been really, really good. But this didn't seem relevant, whereas the other stuff actually seemed relevant to the plot. Especially the stuff with Wyatt Russell in the past. General Shaw. Not General, is it? But you get my drift. Like all of those previous flashbacks up until now have seemed very pertinent to the story at large. This flashback was just meandering bollocks, and it really was. And Kersey Clemens, I don't think it's her as an actress, but that character is very unlikable now. She's so whiny and bitchy, and she was a little bit abrasive when we were first introduced to her. A little bit abrasive. She's repugnant now. I'm not interested in her. I don't care. What she's about is not interesting. You've got to be intriguing and compelling, likable, endearing for someone to be remotely bothered. I mean, she fell in a pool in this, frostbitten area, and I'm like, I don't care if you die of hypothermia. I couldn't care less. You're a bit of a bitch. Like, I don't care. So I think they really shit the bed on that. Waste of time. And even learning a bit more about Kentaro wasn't that interesting. It kind of got to a point, but not. Because it was dealing with his art exhibition that he was opening and the fact that his dad was going to be there and that he was. And, it was sort of... But it was largely irrelevant. Now, I don't know if it's going to be relevant moving forwards, but I can't see how it would be relevant about understanding that he was an artist. Not really relevant. About understanding his relationship with May and her sister Lyra. I don't see how that's going to be involved in the plot that much moving forwards. So, boo, I guess. Enjoyed the monster though, the Titan. They didn't give a name. I'm hoping they'll reveal names. So this was this sort of, it was in the trailer. This sort of ice beast. It looked like it kind of had armor, spines, a bit like an armadillo, I guess. No, armadillo. I don't know, because they weren't really plates. They were almost like reptilian scales, but almost armor-plated scales. It was quite cool. And then it almost had, if anyone's seen it, there's a mole. It's like a star-nosed mole or something like that. I don't know the exact term. But it's this sort of nose thing that splays out in tentacles. Well, that's not the mole, but similar-ish. And they glow, and it seemingly feeds on heat. It like sucks the heat out of everything. And I think that was interesting. I thought that was a really intriguing premise. But it almost doesn't really make sense for the Titan because it's built for the cold, but it feeds on heat. You'd think you would be you'd think that evolution would go in a different direction there, don't you, to be honest? So, but it was a cool monster nonetheless. But we didn't really get anywhere. We kind of did. This is what we call a filler episode. Now, ordinarily, filler episodes have backstory to the plot. And they kind of did. Oh, and I'll get to it, but they kind of didn't because they wasted so much time on Kentaro and Mei. Again, I'm hoping that goes somewhere, but I don't think it will. Now, what they did do was progress the story forward a little bit more with Monarch, and only ever so slightly. It's like the start and then the end. I feel like, and this is my hot prediction, because I've not seen any of the other episodes, my hot prediction is this story, this entire narrative, is going to be about them discovering the Hollow Earth. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it's all going to be about. Because we know, like, after Godzilla, to Godzilla vs. Kong, they had discovered the Hollow Earth. They knew what it was. They'd created facilities to get down there. And this, I think, is that story. That's what I'm going to say it is. I think this is just the story of the Hollow Earth. Which is fine, I guess. And maybe that, you know, maybe that's still to do with Bill Randa and his files, I guess. But that's probably what it's about, because there was an Outpost 47 or 48, I can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about a massive gamma ray build up, like a pulsar, similar to when G-Day happened. And when we were in the snowy area, there was all this sort of Ouroboros glow, but it wasn't Ouroboros, it was from the Earth. So it's the Hollow Earth. I'm guessing that's what this story is about. Which is a really... They could have done a lot more with that setup, because the setup is two-time cheating Japanese dad, descended from Bill Randa, disappears. Hollow Earth. Weird jump. Could have done a lot more. Could have done so much more with that. Significantly more. But, yeah. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. This was a disappointing episode for me. And I've liked all three up till now. So, I'll hand on over to you. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.